Before you say "I do" again, I have a question for you. Do you know why remarrying after 70 often leads to more regret than happiness? I'm not here to scare you, but to protect you. Because the truth is, what looks like love in your 70s can sometimes quietly turn into financial chaos, emotional strain, and even a loss of the very freedom you've worked decades to earn. So if you're over 70, or you have a parent or friend who is, and you've been thinking about tying the knot again, this might be the most important conversation we'll ever have together. And before you think, "Scarlett, you're just being negative," let me say this. I believe in love. I believe in companionship. And I believe in second chances. But I also believe in wisdom and protecting your peace. Today, I'm going to share 5 truths that too many older adults only discover when it's already too late. And the final one? It might completely change the way you see love, trust, and independence after 70. So settle in. Maybe pour yourself a cup of tea. Let's talk, heart to heart. 1. Financial vulnerability. Let's start with the one people rarely think about until it's too late: money. At first glance, love in your 70s feels like a blessing. Someone to talk to, eat dinner with, share quiet mornings with. But one trip down the aisle can put your entire financial safety net at risk. Not because the person you marry has bad intentions, but because marriage legally binds your assets. I've met women who thought their savings and pension were untouchable, until they remarried and discovered that their benefits, inheritance plans, and even their home were now tied to their new spouse's financial life. Take Ellen, for example. She was 74, a widow, living comfortably on her pension and Social Security. She fell in love with a kind man from her church. He made her laugh again. But within 2 years, Ellen found herself paying his medical bills, dipping into her retirement savings, and even changing her will under pressure. The result? Her children were heartbroken, her finances were strained, and the peace she once felt was replaced with quiet worry. Here's the truth. At this stage in life, financial stability is not just about money. It's about dignity, independence, and peace of mind. Before you say yes to marriage, make sure your wallet isn't silently saying, "Please don't." 2. Health responsibility. Overload. When you remarry after 70, you're not just sharing your heart, you're sharing your health journey. And theirs. Maybe you've just started to focus on yourself after years of caregiving for your spouse, parents, or children. But a new marriage can quickly place you back in the role of caretaker. Patricia, 76, learned this the hard way. She remarried a sweet, funny man, but within a year, he suffered a stroke. Suddenly, Patricia was lifting him, bathing him, driving him to therapy, while her own knee pain worsened. She told me quietly one afternoon, "Scarlett, I thought I was gaining a partner, but I lost my rest, my health, and my joy." The reality is, caregiving is love in action, but it's also exhausting. And at this stage of life, your energy is precious. You cannot pour from an empty cup. 3. Legal complications. Love might be blind, but the law is not. When you remarry, your new spouse may gain legal rights to your estate, your home, even your medical decisions, whether or not that's what you intended. Carol, at 81, thought remarriage was just about companionship, but when she became ill, her new husband, not her daughter, had the authority to make medical choices for her. It tore her family apart. If you value your legacy, your family harmony, and your peace of mind, you need legal clarity before remarriage. That means updated wills, prenuptial agreements, and conversations. Yes, the awkward ones, before walking down the aisle. 4. Loss of personal freedom. You've spent decades earning your freedom, the right to wake up when you want, eat what you like, and live on your own terms. But remarriage means compromise. And in your 70s, Compromise can feel less like teamwork and more like losing yourself. Florence, 76, told me she missed her quiet mornings, her solo vacations, even control over her thermostat. "I've done my sacrificing," she said. "Now, I just want peace." And you know what? That's okay. Freedom is a gift. Protect it. 5. Financial entanglement. Later life finances aren't about building wealth. They're about protecting what you've earned. And remarriage merges more than just hearts. Debt, family obligations, and even bad spending habits can become your responsibility overnight. Gerald, 82, thought love would solve everything, until he found himself paying his new wife's debts and supporting her adult son. If you don't have the energy or clarity to manage a complex financial merger, it's okay to say no, or to seek companionship without legal entanglement. By the time we reach our 70s, life is less about proving ourselves, and more about protecting our peace. Loneliness is real. Companionship matters. But love doesn't always require marriage. Sometimes the best partner you can have is yourself, and the life you've built. So before you say, "I do" again, take a moment to say, "I deserve peace. I deserve freedom. I deserve joy on my own terms." Thank you for spending this time with me. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you learned today that you'll carry forward in your own life? Share it in the comments below. And if you found value in this conversation, please like, subscribe, and share. This is Scarlett, wishing you wisdom, wellness, and the courage to choose the life you truly want.